First of all, today, Renee, obesity-linked benefits cost the average taxpayer £270 a year. So this is sickness benefits paid out because people are overweight. They're costing taxpayers apparently 10 billion a year, which adds up to 270 quid a year each. Well, that seems like a lot. What can we do about this?
Well, there's several threads here because this is a push for the fat jabs again. So I'll come to that in a minute because I'm tired of seeing...
Is that what this is? This is...
It's totally a push that it'll be cheaper to give lots of these people the fat jab. But actually, people on benefits because of obesity get more money than unemployment benefit. So maybe if we just gave them unemployment benefit and not all of the added extras that go on top of that when you have an illness that then can be called incapacity, maybe that would sort a lot of the problem out. That's number one. Our benefit system is crazy. The basic unemployment benefit is really pitiful. But then when you add all of the rest of it on, it actually becomes not so pitiful and people aren't incentivised to work. So secondly, obesity is a major problem. You and I have argued over this when I've talked about food nudges and that kind of thing, because obviously you think people should be allowed to eat themselves to death if possible. But my problem...
I don't that sort of slightly exaggerates my standpoint. I just don't think it's anybody's business to tell me what I can eat and what I can't eat.
So I think it is my business when I have to pay for the result of it. That's the issue.
Yeah, but it still doesn't give you, not you personally, doesn't give you dominion over me, does it? Just because it's going to cost you money.
No, but it doesn't give me dominion over you, but it does mean I could possibly influence nudges in society. We get nudged all of the time to buy donuts at McDonald's, Kevin. You are being nudged all day long. So why not nudge people to the healthy choices?
Look, education I'm all for,
right.
But not instruction. Not being forced to eat certain things and drink certain things by law, sugar tax, etc. I just don't think that is any of the government's business, no doctor's business, none of the NHS. And if it costs the NHS a lot of money, I don't care.
But it's not costing the NHS a lot of money, it's costing us money, the taxpayer.
Yeah, but what do you do about it?
And it is the biggest problem that the NHS faces. Yeah. It truly is.
Yeah, but what can you, without getting authoritarian and telling people how to live their lives, what can you do?
Well, we can stop supermarkets nudging people to unhealthy choices. We can make them nudge people to healthy choices. We can go into schools and educate our children about nutrition and how to cook because no one knows how to cook anymore. We can help people make healthy choices, not make them, help them, guide them. But fat jabs, they work, Kevin, because you eat less. Because it takes away your drive for food and appetite, with many, many side effects, some of which could be fatal. So my point is this: we know that if you take away someone's appetite and they eat less, they lose weight. The answer to the obesity problem is eating less.
Yeah, eating less, yeah. Go on a diet. The best diet is eat less food. But you think that this is... the government releasing these statistics are another attempt to get us all to start jabbing us.
It's a study from Imperial College.
Okay,
we all know about Imperial College. Yeah. And the guy who leads the study, Dr. Pearson Studdard, takes funding outside of even his research from Novo Nordics, who make Wegovy and Ozempic. So there's a great interest there for these doctors to push the jab.
Yeah, I mean, I get really worried about the way that this particular government's very keen on medicating the nation, isn't it? They're now trying to push this sort of anti-smoking pill and things like that. They're not really pushing it, but there's another hangover pill on the market and all this kind of stuff. Medicating the nation, that worries me. It sounds like kind of, Eastern Bloc, Communist Bloc stuff, doesn't it? This Labour government, stop medicating us.
The problem is there is no line anymore between the pharma companies, the doctors and the government. They're all one big blob and each one is motivated by money. And so, they're just recommending everybody takes a pill. I honestly had someone say to me today who didn't need an antibiotic, and because I was saying to them, look, if you really are convinced that you need an antibiotic, go and have a chest x-ray tomorrow and we'll see.
Yeah.
And they said, well, wouldn't it just be easier, than having radiation? Just easier, give me an antibiotic. People want tablets. They want to medicate themselves.
Yeah, and you get people going, I need to lose weight. You've got to give me Ozempic. You've got to Wegovy. No, go on a diet. you know, start running or something like that. Go to the gym.
It's also changing what people eat. It's teaching them that actually ultra-processed food, which is the other blurred line with government, where the ultra-processed food people are influencing everything that government does. It's stop eating that rubbish. Cook your own food. Cook it from home. Eat fresh ingredients and eat less of it. You'll lose weight.
A couple more stories to quickly nip through. One I know is close to your heart. Seb Coe, going for the top job at the International Olympic Committee, is saying that it's a deal breaker for him that biological women must only be allowed to compete against other biological women, and he will, if he gets this gig, he will ban trans women from competing against biological women. Well, I had Sharon Davis on last night talking about Donald Trump's rather stunning declaration on trans culture generally, in which he's going to bring down the curtain on all of it. No more altering children, no more giving children drugs, no more indulging every kid that says, I think I was born in the wrong body. Oh, well, okay, get on the operating table then. Yeah. He's going to ban all of that. And now Seb Coe's taking a very strong line. I tell you what worries me about that is it means he probably won't get the job.
And you're probably right. You said that to me today when I sent it to you. You're probably right. But absolutely, this is where we have to go in sport. There shouldn't even be a debate over this. Everybody knows, men and women alike, that women and men need to be segregated. And frankly, I am waiting for the day when the Olympic Committee strip those two boxers of their gold medals and give them to the women that should have earned them.
Yeah, I mean, going back, poor old Sharon, poor young Sharon, I should say, if you're watching Sharon, when she was in her heyday, one of our greatest swimmers ever, she should have won a slew of gold medals. Best she ever got was silver, really, really unfairly, because at the time she was competing, all the Eastern Bloc nations were drugging their swimmers and all their athletes up to the eyeballs. So, you know, she should have won gold medals. But a slightly different issue, but fairness in sport is what we're talking about. Seb Coe, to his credit, is standing for fairness in sport, but we know what the International Olympic Committee are like. I mean, these are the people who think it's a great idea to send blokes into the ring to beat women up in Olympic boxing.
Yeah, I mean, they've never been particularly fond of women in Olympics at all, and they've demonstrated that time and again. So I think you're probably right. He probably won't get the job, but he should, and we should all cheer if he does.
Quickly, before we go to break, you sent me this. Explain. Accident-related deaths surge as people fall downstairs and poison themselves. There are calls for the government to bring in a national accident prevention strategy. So this will be the government saying, right, by order of the government now, you're not allowed to fall down the stairs anymore. What's this all about?
I mean, I like this because I thought you'd like it. So we've spent the last 2 decades just wrapping everybody in cotton wool, not allowing children to take risk and work out their own risk. We tell people at the station to be careful on the escalator, don't run, mind the slippery floor, hold the handrail. And yet, accidents have never been higher. 67% increase in Wales, 60% in Scotland, 47% in increase.
Why?
Because I think it's because we have stopped people working out for themselves what might be dangerous. So now they're actually more dangerous to themselves than they were before all the health and safety madness.
That's a really weird statistic, isn't it? That accident-related deaths have surged 42%. I mean, you know, you'd be talking about domestic accidents. You know, a lot of people do some serious damage to themselves in the bathroom. You know, here I am with this tooth that keeps falling out. I am going to get a permanent one soon. That happened when I fell over a pair of shoes and knocked myself out on the carpet.
So it's Henrietta's fault?
Yeah, no, they were my shoes. It was my shoes. I have no one to blame but myself. But it just, you know, it can be very capricious, can't it? You know, 1 minute you're fine.
I tripped over a paving stone about 10 years ago, shattered my kneecap.
Yeah.
You know.
So, but I wonder why these accidents are surging. I mean,
I really do think it's because we have not taught young people how to look at a risk and assess it and take appropriate action. Yeah. We don't let kids walk along walls anymore, or swing too high on the swing, or walk along the seesaw and balance until they fall off. We don't let them do it. Yeah. This is the result. And I think it's mad. businesses and people are tied up in this regulation that drives everybody nuts.
Yeah, I tell you.
And it's not working.
Yeah, I tell you, when I was a kid, it was like a death-defying feats every single day. And but in those days, I mean, parents and teachers, they did let you take risks. I mean, we took risks, really bad risks that they didn't know about, but they did allow us to, you know...
Do you remember buying a red bus Rover and jumping on and off the back of open red buses, going all over London for the day?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and also playground swings, you know, there's sort of concrete underneath them.
Can you get it over the top?
Yeah, I used to try and do that, but did you ever do that? No,
never got there.
I don't think anybody ever achieved it. If you did, you'd be in trouble, wouldn't you, if you think about it?
But I think it was a brilliant story for you. 700,000 people admitted to A&E, through A&E into hospital with accidents last year. 7 million visits.
7 million visits, 700,000 accidents admitted to A&E. Have you been one of them? Have you had any bad accidents that you didn't see coming? I suppose by definition you never see an accident coming, do you?